As the sun rises over Sydney Harbour, it may bring with it new hope. The latest inflation figures signal respite from persistently high inflation after months of struggle to rein it in. Australia's inflation rate peaked in the fourth quarter of 2022 with an over 30-year high of 7.8%. But new data shows significant easing to 4.9% in October, compared to 5.6% in September. The main driver of the slowdown is falling petrol costs, which more than halved from 19.7% in September to 8.6% in October. Rental costs were also down 0.4% for the month, with the government's rental assistance helping moderate the increase. Analysts suggest that the Reserve Bank will keep rates unchanged in the next meeting, but for other areas of the economy, inflation is not yet letting up.
Property prices, they remain elevated, and that's despite Australia seeing 13 rate hikes since mid-2022. So, for example, in Sydney, property prices are up 11% year to date. That's certainly keeping inflationary pressures present throughout the economy. Also, electricity prices, they remain quite high as well.
Inflation in Australia is still much higher than other countries, including the US, Canada, the UK, and the Euro area, just slightly behind New Zealand. The Reserve Bank of Australia raised rates to a 12-year high in November, raising the cash rate by 0.25% to 4.35%. This has helped ease inflation by reducing consumer spending, but the high rates are impacting one group of Australian households the most: mortgage holders.
One area of the economy that is feeling the pinch from these rate hikes has been those on variable rate mortgages. So there's quite a high percentage in Australia of households, when they're buying a house, using variable interest rate mortgages. And they've gone up basically more than 4% in the last 12 months. So that's creating a lot of pain for a number of households. And what that is leading to is essentially more discretion when it comes to spending on non-essential items.
This leaves the economy vulnerable to a crisis of home loan defaults as the number of borrowers at risk of mortgage stress increases. Analysts say that the challenge for Australia's Reserve Bank going into next year will be how they will rein in inflation without doing major damage to the economy. Emre Boz, TRT World.